I am back today. I didn't even reach you guys. Hi guys, I am back today doing my review slash demo because I like those types of videos on the Balm Nude Tude palette. I actually filmed this whole video yesterday. Didn't like the footage, so I'm redoing it. But I know you guys are like, but it's not like a first impression. No, it's not, but I mean, it's just a review. So I figured it didn't really matter, and I told you guys in my last video that I would be doing this, so I was like, I think I should still do it. This palette has been out for a hot minute, but I like doing reviews on not only new products but also older products, because whenever my family has a question on a product, they always come to me and ask. So this is just my quickest way of getting like reviews out. And this palette I actually just recently bought, I think last Thursday. It is Monday, so I've almost had it a week. I didn't touch it till last night, but I won't get into that. It did come with a brush, I will tell you this. It looks like this, but I did lose the brush and I can't find it anywhere. So I can't give you a review on the brush, but yeah, those are the colors. This is like, I want to say like $40 something maybe. And it's available at Kohl's and thebalmcosmetics.com. If I open it up, it looks like this. This palette is so pretty. I'll make sure you're in focus. This palette is so pretty. I love the color combination, and yeah, I really like the shade Sexy right here. Beautiful. And I'm going to start telling you this. I'm actually not wearing any makeup on my face. My eyelids are actually naturally colored like this red orange, and you can like see there's a definite sharp line, and you will still see that when I blend out my eyeshadow because this pigment is so intense that nothing covers it up. So like down here, it always looks a little messy. When I start doing my eyeshadow, it always looks a little muddy. But that's just my face. So I just kind of roll with it. I'm really excited to be doing this. Okay, so I'm going to start by swatching some. I can only swatch 5 at a time, so I only have 5 fingers, but we can do this. These are the first 5. Ooh, that's pretty. That's pretty. The hair on my arm. Okay, so those are the first 5. You can't really see this one too well because it's the Sassy color, which is the light white color, and it almost went with my skin. So my bad on having a fair and pale combined, a fair skin tone, but hey. Alright, so next 5. Okay, you probably won't be able to see these too well. These 2 you can't see really at all because they like match my skin, but those are the next 5, and I only have 2 left. I have Silly and Sleek left. These feel really nice. They're not too creamy. They're on the very bottom. I'm terrible at swatching. The shadows themselves are super pigmented. Like as you can see, I shouldn't say super pigmented. They're decently pigmented, but they aren't so creamy like a Lorac Pro shadow or the Anastasia shadows. Those are like super creamy. You put your finger in, it like sinks in, and it's like velvet feeling. Those are not this way. They're kind of more stiff, but they're not stiff in a bad way. They're stiff as in like if you like tap your brush in, a bunch of fog isn't going to come out. So I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. It just depends on what your preference is. But I really like Lorac shadows and Anastasia shadows. And so far, the way these feel really, really nice. They're not like so stiff that you can't work with them. I actually film in a different location than where my makeup collection is. So I kind of have to bring what I want to film with upstairs. My makeup collection is kept downstairs. So today I'm going to use the Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. This is the primer, I believe, that comes with all their eyeshadow palettes. Just about. Okay, so I've primed my eyes, but there is no like cream colored eyeshadow in this eyeshadow palette to set the primer with. So I'm going to take the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder. This one is in Translucent Extra Coverage 0741. It's this one, like this whole name. Well, if you're looking for a good loose face powder and you don't want to spend like a whole lot of money, because they're super expensive if you buy them from Sephora, I would recommend this one. I got like a pack of 3 and these are huge for like $5. But they are heavily scented products. So I would be careful if you are really sensitive with smell. I'm going to put my hair back because I can't do my makeup with it all on my face. But yeah, they have a little sifter. I don't know if you can see it. You can kind of see it. And I've been using this powder, this specific one, for a long time. Probably like going on 8 months now. And it doesn't even look like I've used any because you don't need a whole lot. And that's the thing about loose face powders, is you lose a lot of product. I actually didn't even have one until I think like February or something like that. Maybe even March, because I thought they were just a big waste of product, but I really wanted to try like baking my concealer, and now it's the only way I do my concealer now. All I do is bake it, but it does waste some product, but it is still really good. So now we're gonna go in with the Nude Tude palette. I'm trying to think about which brush I want to use. I have all these brushes. A lot of these are eye brushes. They're like itty, but then I also have all of these brushes. I have a lot of brushes, and I'm not mad at it. So I'm gonna take this shade Sultry, which is this color right here. It looks really dark in the pan, but when I swatched it just now, it didn't look that dark. So I'm hoping this works out okay. This is just a blending brush from Wet n Wild. It's just a really dirty one. I have a gazillion of these, and I use them all day long. So if you see the difference to my two eyes, this one obviously still has the super defined red line. Like right here, you can see it. It looks like I have eyeshadow on the side, but I don't. And this side, you can still see the redness right here, but the brown is kind of like beneath it. So I kind of use the redness as if it's supposed to be there. I mean, obviously I can't blend this out because that's just the way my eyelid is pigmented. So there is always like this really ugly sharp line. But if I tilt my head back, you can see this brown shadow right in here. Wet n Wild brush, and I'm going to take the shade Sleek, which is this, it's like a brown color, but it's a brown with like a purple undertone. To blend this out, but because I don't have a cream colored eyeshadow, I'm going to use that Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder again. You could do this, or you could use a cream shadow. I usually use a cream colored shadow, but I do not have one. I also don't have liquid eyeliner up here with me, so we're not going to be using it today, which I'm not mad about. I don't like to use liquid eyeliner. My eyes are actually two separate shapes. One is more almond, and the other one is more round. So if I look dead into the camera, you can see they're not exactly the same. So liquid eyeliner is a big no for me because it really points out that my eyes are two separate shades. I do wear it sometimes, but it's super rare. Now I'm going to go back in with that Sultry color and just blend out the edges just a little bit. I'm not going to build it up like I did a second ago. I'm just going to take just like a little bit. Now I'm going to take the shade Sexy, and I really want to put that all over my lid and then put like Standoffish over top. I don't know why, I just feel like that'd be so pretty. Pack this all over my lid so it's not super pigmented. Okay, so apart from the fact that it looks like I have really red eyes because I don't have concealer on yet, that shade isn't super pigmented, but it can be built up, like the Cargo palette. If you watched that review, the shades, I just couldn't build them up and I was trying forever. This one does build up. So this is 3 coats on my, or 3 layers on my eye. So it does build up. It just takes, I would recommend 3 to get the full color. But yeah, it's not bad whatsoever. And they are blending out super easy. Standoffish is this pink right here. And I'm going to take it on my pinky. Not a whole lot. And I'm going to pack this on my good. We are all done. I don't know if I left the footage of me doing my whole face in or not, but if I did, you just saw it. If not, I'm done now. Okay, so my final thoughts on the Nude Tooth palette. I like it. I do wish it had a matte cream shade in here. I could honestly go without the black, but I need a matte cream shade in my life. I like it a lot. They blend out very easily. They're decently pigmented. The only one I had kind of trouble with was the Sexy color right here, which is a shame because that was the one I was most excited about. But they do blend out really nicely. They have decent pigment. They work really well together. They blend together very nicely. I mean, I have it on my eyes right now. I mean, you guys just saw that. So, I mean, if you can like see, apart from my naturally orange tinted eyelids, it looks pretty good. I like it a lot. I would recommend it to you, but if you had like any of the Too Faced Chalkboard palettes, I'd probably pass, just because a lot of the colors are really similar. And I saw a lot of people decluttering this, and I honestly wanted to know why. That's kind of why I went out and bought it. And to me, it's a lovely palette. I think it works really, really well. I will definitely probably use it again just because it was really nice. And this is my first eyeshadow palette by The Balm. And I'd buy another one based off of this one. And yeah, I don't know why people got rid of it, but I do think it's just because, I hit myself in the face, I do think it's because a lot of these colors are very similar to other neutral palettes. And there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like everybody needs a good neutral palette. My sister disagrees, but I think everybody needs at least one. And this is definitely a good one. So I recommend it. I like it. Is it my favorite palette in the world? No, that has to be my Too Faced Chalkboard palette. Nothing can take its place for me. That's my top palette. I reach for it all the time. But is it a good one? Yeah. Will I be keeping it? Yeah. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! My brother's watching something. Ooh. Oh, I know why it's dark in here. I only have one light on. Somebody's going down the stairs.